there, YouTube. And peppermint tea is so nice. So yes, it has been 4 months since my last video. You know, I felt like it's been half a year. I've just been really busy and caught up with life in general, and I honestly have been I've been filming so many videos, but I just couldn't upload them because I was so busy. But instead of making this video like a normal update video and giving you guys excuses on why I've been absent, I'm just going to make this video into a things I've learned in 2017, which kind of makes it feel like I'm gonna put a conclusion to all the stuff that I've learned last year, be it negative or positive. You know, you gotta try and learn from everything in life, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna put it here. For today's video, Panda-kun is going to be with me because we're twinsies. Anyways, one of the things that happened last year was the fact that I went into my first year of bachelor's degree, and it's been an amazing experience, honestly. I've had so much fun, but at the same time, I could not cope with the workload when I first started. You see, I went through 3 years of diploma in university before going for degree, which is basically university life in general. So I've had 3 years of orientation for it. But at the same time, I underestimated the increasing workload that I've had in degree, which is nothing compared to diploma, let alone high school. Those poor expectations kind of led to a point where I was always anxious and unsettled about everything. I was so stressed out, but at the same time, even though I'm getting my job done, even with the stress, I doubted every single step of the way, which is really, really hard on me mentally and physically because I'm just always tired with everything. So what I did was prioritize. And what I mean by prioritize is, yes, I had to discipline myself. I organized and planned out a lot of my day. I used the heck out of my planner because it just helps me get into the system of things, and I know that things are going to get done as long as I stick to the system. I also prioritized myself a lot more, which I will be talking about later on in this video, but it's more towards myself or my emotional and mental state. Honestly, it's not just about being disciplined or prioritizing your life. It's more along the lines of understanding what is important to you. And I know that this is dealt with a lot of people. A lot of people don't know what is important to them, and I think taking the first step of understanding what you need to do, why it is important for you to do so, and those things really helped me get through my first year of degree, and I'm really happy about it. And I will definitely continue this sort of system where I'm using my planner, I'm using my phone planner to just sort things out so that I don't have any excuse to mope and fret on such unimportant things when all I need to do is just get things done. But another thing that I had to deal with last semester was my mental health, and I have always been the type of person to reject my personal mental well-being because I believe that I am a pretty confident and self-motivated person. I am rarely insecure. I know what I want to do, and I am not ashamed of doing things that I like. But last semester, because of the stress, I was in a really, really bad mental state. I was doubting myself. I was up to the point where I was smiling and laughing with my friends, but when I get back home, I just feel miserable about everything. I don't know how to explain it, but everything I did last semester just felt like it's going to fail at the end of the day. And that really, really took a toll on me because I just felt awful about myself. And that horrible mindset just ate away at me to the point where it exploded into anxiety attacks. And yes, I've had over 6 anxiety attacks last semester. Just last semester, I've had so many points where I'm just so frustrated and so scared that I was not breathing properly, and it led to the point where I had asthma attacks, which are part of my illness. I have asthma. And with asthma, those attacks cannot be cured. There's no actual cure for asthma. It'll always come back to you. Anxiety is definitely one of it. Because when you are anxious, you're not breathing properly, your heartbeat is just so fast, you feel like your heart is going to explode, and that leads to my lungs just shutting down. They don't want any of the oxygen in there because it feels like,
Oh, this girl is not functioning properly. Why would I bother giving her oxygen?
But of course, I had to find a way to at least try and survive these attacks because it's just making me so exhausted and I was not functioning well at all. This is the inhaler that I use. It's a Ventolin Evohaler. I use this to regulate my breathing when I'm feeling anxious. In a sense of meditation to regulate my breathing, it's like when you inhale a really deep breath and then slowly exhale just to give you a sense of relaxation, and that's what it does. And another thing that I did to avoid these anxiety attacks is to prioritize myself. I consider myself as a omnivore where I can be completely okay and almost strong when I'm surrounded by people and I thrive off it. But sometimes I just need to go in the opposite direction and just seclude myself from everything and everyone. And that meant watching anime or drawing, painting, listening to music that I love. That is what helps me to just relax. And being in this little cocoon allows me to sort things out for myself, and then I can go back into the outside world feeling that I can conquer it all. And lastly, I think it's very important to have spiritual reminders, especially for me. And I like to remind myself that every type of hardship that comes in various forms will always bring forth great gifts and blessings at the end of the day, as long as you just persevere and stay strong and you become a stronger person as well. And the final thing that hit me hard last year was to accept loss. It's not really easy for me to talk about it even now, but I'll try. Jonghyun's death took a huge toll on me. If you didn't know, around 2 months ago, one of SHINee's members, the main vocalist, Jonghyun, died after committing suicide. And my lights just started blinking. Whee! It's not just the fact that an artist that I loved has gone. It was more on the way that I knew how even the most talented or the most respected of people go through these kinds of sufferings that they suffer themselves, and nobody else could really fix it for you, I suppose. Mental illness is real. It's just as real as any other disease out there. It also became a reminder to me that life is so short, but it means so much because there is death. And I believe that, again, any sort of hardship or any struggle that you're going through will come back to you as a blessing if you just believe in it. This is something that I've always tried my best to advocate to other people, and that is to see the small things as blessings. Always be grateful with anything that comes in your life, whether that will be bad or good. Life can be so much of an adventure if you just try. Just try. And those are the things that I learned from 2017. I've been talking for over 20 minutes now. 2017 has been a struggle, but it's taught me a lot of things, and some of those things I'm going to feature in this video. You know, just take some of it as advice, or you can just listen to me ramble. So whatever floats your boat, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and if you're a subscriber from last year, from 4 months ago, and you're still watching this video, thank you! But if you haven't subscribed, you're welcome to do so, and like this video if you've enjoyed it, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. I will try my best to sort things out. I finally gotten into the flow of things with my degree, so hopefully I'll just try and get some content out there. I'll see you in my next one. This is Nana signing out.